Good morning, guys. Happy Saturday morning. Got up early to start working on the chair. Did go to the store and I found this adhesive spray from the Dollar Tree. I was glad to see it, but I tend to buy stuff from the Dollar Tree and kind of knowing whether it's going to work. So it's a spray glue. It's supposed to extra strength, acid free, and dries clear. Uh, it was trash. I didn't know that until I used it and came back and it was trash. I'm going to stop buying spray adhesive from the Dollar Tree. Sometimes I do it because Dollar Tree stuff sometimes works and then sometimes it don't. But I've learned my lesson on this one because I've never seen this one before. So lesson learned, it's trash. Don't get it. All right, so I sprayed it and it was soaking wet. So I was like, you know what? While it's doing this thing, let me go ahead and get in position and get my chair to where it needed to be. I forgot this chair, the back is so freaking long. You got to pull it way from the wall. So let's me adjust it, trying to get it down so we can go ahead and get this stapled because I'm tired of looking at it. So finally I get it down and I'm about to go and start stapling. Now, while I'm doing this voiceover, I'm looking at the chair and I could have stapled just a tad bit higher, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I think I don't know. In my mind, it looks perfect, but then when I do it, it's always a different ball game. But I'm amazed at how well I did because when I was stapling across, it was actually the staples kind of lined up. It was pretty even. I'm surprised half of it wasn't up and half of it wasn't down. This part right here, I'd actually totally forgotten about, and then realized I put that spray on it and I needed to do this. So I went ahead and added a little bit of batting. Yeah, let me tell you something. When I get excited about a project and ready to go, I don't think half the time. I don't do certain things. Things are last minute, and I'm always trying to like figure things out. So this was pretty smooth on my hand, and I realized too I'm holding this freaking stapler wrong when I'm stapling. When I staple, I need to have my hand toward the end of the part, the handle that you push down. It's a little better. My hand is normally in the middle and I have to press harder. It's much easier when I hold my hand to the back. I learned that in the middle of stapling because I realized that when I staple with this staple, I need to push hard. I have to push down and staple it and make sure it's still down and the stuff is the staples are penetrating the wood. So I did learn that for a little bit. And another bad habit, I bite my lips while doing it. Whew. So I'm done. Done. I was trying to make sure you guys can see it. So I am officially done. Sorry for all the wiggling. I didn't realize I was wiggling, but it's done. All right, y'all. So I actually printed. So I have pictures in my primary phone of the chair, and I emailed it to me at the job, and I printed it off and realized that the chair. It was like the foam, like the foam from the back should come all the way to the side. And I was looking at the picture, and I was like, oh, I should have kept going on both sides, all from the back, all the way to the side of the armrest. So I was like, I'm gonna patch this. Lord Jesus, you'll get to see what I'm doing. So I needed this to stay. And what I should have done, I didn't do, and I did something else different, which really didn't make a difference. I got it done, and I tried to write on there what side was what, but I ended up getting confused anyway. So, but yeah. So what I was pretty much doing was lining it up where I can staple it and still have enough space for when I add the actual material, not the burlap. And I had to make sure it wasn't too much or too less. But I needed it to stay while I looked around to see where I need to cut it off. So I just put like a little bit of glue just to hang it for it to stay. I was definitely going to staple it, and you'll see that. I just needed to stay and do what I need to do. But with the glue gun in that foam, I don't know, I didn't really want to stick, but I got the job done. So I wanted to stick so I can cut around it and see, make sure I have enough space on the left and right, blah, blah, blah. So yeah. Because in actuality, I had an extra, which I did learn from the past from someone. When you're doing something, you want to have a lot more versus less. So I couldn't find my scissors, which come to find out it was right next to me in my little tray that I have all my pens in where my desk is. So this is me making cuts, making sure I have enough to cover and enough to cover, just have enough overall. So I'm just cutting off all the excess, and it was some parts where I cut off a bit much, so I had to like pull the foam, like I had to stretch it to get to the point to where I need to be. And then I realized there were certain sections that when I would staple it, it wasn't a whole lot of wood for me to staple on. So I did what I could do, and hopefully it would stay. And I was trying to make this flow better to the right hand side. I'm not sure if you see it on my right or my left, but I'll show you what side I'm talking about. But I needed it to flow better because the back should have came around. And this is what I'm talking about with me. I have to get into the habit where I need to slow down and pay attention. But now I know what I need to do if I ever have to recover this share, do any projects, and I have a picture. Look at the picture, pay attention, get a general idea of what you're going to do. So yeah, and to the bottom, I don't know if you can see it. Like I had to pull some of that down because I cut a tad bit too much. And that's me always eyeballing things. Y'all don't do that. I eyeball and know I can't have seed and just be all jacked up. So yeah, so I was trying to make sure everything was laying before I stapled, and I stapled the foam down and then I did the burlap. I mean, it looks pretty good. I wanted that side to flow really well. Um, I think we might be all right. We might be okay. We'll see. I just pray those staples do not come out. But I mean, it looks okay. The fact that I know it's there bugs me, but you know, no one will be able to see it. Heck, I don't have no visitors, so it don't make no never mind anyway. And I think the bottom is where I didn't have enough wood to staple into without it going. That section, you saw me just pointing, I needed that to flow with the bag. Um, but yeah, there's a certain section where I didn't have a lot. So this is me doing the inside. Y'all, I don't know if y'all caught that I'm doing this wrong. And I didn't catch it until towards the end. When I look back at the picture, and you will see this makeshift mess in just a minute. And I stopped at one side. I'm so glad I didn't do this on the other side. And with this right here, I had to make sure that I didn't staple the bottom, just the top and the sides, because I may have to stuff my material. I'm not too sure yet. But these arms gave me a run for my money. But I plan to do the part 2 today and get it uploaded on the other side. And you're going to see the difference. And what I'm doing right now, I may have to redo. So, yeah. So, I'm hopefully by that time, because I'm going to run and get me a salad. I want to be eating my salad, watching a good movie, taking it apart and putting it back. So, the good thing is I have enough foam, I think. I know I have enough burlap, but the foam, I may not. I'm not sure. I have to go back and look. It is something good about keeping pieces. But if I don't have enough foam and I have enough burlap, it's okay because I can run to, who is it? Hobby Lobby and get a small piece. It's not a big piece. But, you know, you live and you learn. I needed burlap, and I wanted the burlap to kind of match. So what I did was I just cut 2 pieces and put them together with the glue gun. I didn't use my Dollar Tree adhesive, which is pure trash. And this worked out great. Whenever I'm gluing something, I need my glue to work immediately. I need to get it done. Chop, chop. Let's go. Blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. So, I just wanted to... And you know what, y'all? Okay, so I adjust the camera so you guys can see a little better. It's crazy because I kept trying to give this thing hope. I thought maybe if I did like this, it would work. But at the beginning, what did I use when I first came on camera? This, and it didn't work. I think probably after this, I realized that I was wasting my time with this thing. I think that adhesive spray would probably work if I'm doing like a paper type project or something. Something with some paper. I don't know. So we'll see. We shall see. And this is when the thinking kicked in. And I don't know if I showed where I picked up the picture again, but this is when the arm situation came to mind. The armrest, the part you lay your arm on. And I was like, I started playing with it. And then I realized, I think not doing this time, but I know I needed cushion for the armrest. And it didn't dawn on me until a little later, like, oh, you did that wrong. And this is the extra burlap I had, which is good. No one's going to see it under the material that I got. So, like I said, if I can find everything I need lifted in good condition to get a project done, it will get done. I started to actually cut this part out because I'm sure you guys didn't want to see this, but yeah. I just want you to see how much I screwed up in the process. Still using this freaking glue. I don't know. I was determined to try to get that glue to work and be what I needed to be and who I needed it to be, and it didn't do nothing at all. So this is me trying to figure out. And it did, like I said, it didn't dawn on me till later that I screwed up, and it didn't dawn on me till afterwards that, you see how that adhesive didn't even do anything? So it didn't dawn on me until later. I was like, the way you got this looks a hot mess. So I think I did show how I was going to do it, or the right way to do it. And then, check this out. I'm realizing that not only should it flow from the back to the side of the chair, it needs to flow from the back of the chair, the part you sit on, the rest of your back, all the way to the arm of the chair on the inside, where I'm working at now. So as you can see, I started catching stuff, like as I'm doing it. And I'm like, oh my God. So you see what I'm doing here. I'm cutting it to make sure it kind of fits in there really snug. And then I'm so glad this is my first time. I'm learning as I go. And no one's going to sit in this chair except me. So this is what you see me doing. Putting the foam in there. And making sure I have enough. Did that even stay? I don't know. I stapled it. It probably did stick to the wood. I don't know. Here I am again trying to give that spray some hope. So you know what I'm about to do pretty much. Is just go ahead and get this covered and get done with it. I did all this to realize that what a mess I made. But I'm learning. I kind of wish that this was stuff that I avoided. Because like I said in previous videos, my main concern is that these staples won't hold it. I don't want this chair to fall apart at all. Because I really like this chair. So look, I got that part done, but look at that armrest. And as I was doing it, I was feeling like this is a hot mess. So I was trying to like patch and go, but the part that I already done with the burlap on the arm on the in and outside wasn't flowing with that. So I was like, well, let me try this. I kept trying to think of different things. And as I'm thinking, excuse me, getting aggravated, the freaking staples did not want to stay in. And I need to research if I need longer staples. See, because if I ever take this chair down and do something else with it years down the road, I don't want to have to fight with staples. Well, hopefully if I'm pulling out, it's my staples. But anyway, yeah, sorry, I went off a tangent. So yeah, that looks a mess. I was trying so hard, and I was thinking, listening to a channel on YouTube of someone talking about veganism and stuff like that. And yeah, y'all see what it looks like. The way you see it, how I feel about it, hot mess. And so I was trying to figure out, okay, so if I cover this, let me cover it like that. And I was like, no. Because that foam needs to flow from the inside of that chair all the way to the outside of that chair. You know, now I can add a piece of foam on the actual chair and then let the foam flow on top of it and then staple it down and have an easy flow. But piecing it together, no. That was not it. See? And I was trying, because I needed cushion, because that armchair is going to be hard. And I was trying to figure out, it wasn't working. I was like really just over it. So at this point, I'm not sure how I'm going to do this, but I am going to do the other one and upload it today. But I'm going to do the other one correctly. And I'm not going to take that one down yet. I don't know why I wouldn't put this. You know, when I get done with this voiceover, I'm putting this spray. Matter of fact, it's sitting next to me. In the trash. I'm going to escort it to the trash myself. That's what I'm gonna do. Cause this didn't work. I don't know why I kept using this spray. I need to get the real deal from Walmart or wherever. The stuff that's gonna stay, like the Gorilla Glue one and all this other stuff. But anyway, yeah. So this is a screw up, and I just decided to give myself a break, come back to it, but to start on the other side, record and upload it. And I'm not sure how I'm gonna do the screwed up part, but I'm gonna leave it off here. Go take a break, come back, and figure this mess out. I'll see y'all in a few. Thanks for watching.